What if I told you that the San Francisco 49ers are still committed to locking down their young quarterback despite a roller coaster of a season? That's right. With a disappointing 5-7 record, questions are swirling, but the front office remains determined to secure a long-term deal that could shape the future of the franchise. Stick around as we dive deeper into what this means for the team's aspirations moving forward. And don't forget to subscribe and like for all the latest updates on our beloved 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers are still planning to extend quarterback Brock Purdy this offseason. And despite the disappointing season they're having, the front office remains committed to securing Purdy for the long term. According to NFL insider Ian Rappaport, the team's struggles in 2024 haven't dampened their desire to negotiate a new deal with the young quarterback. As it stands, the 49ers are sitting at a disappointing 5-7, especially considering they entered the year with Super Bowl aspirations. Purdy hasn't been the primary issue for the team. His performance has dipped somewhat, but the bigger question looms. Will extending Purdy allow the 49ers to remain competitive? However, Rappaport's report indicates this question isn't seriously being entertained within the organization at the moment. Let's take a moment to reflect on Purdy's journey. The former 7th-round pick from Iowa State has proven to be one of the best bargains in recent NFL history. He signed a 4-year rookie contract worth $3.7 million, which included a modest signing bonus of just over $77,000. Now, at just 24 years old, he's eligible for an extension for the first time. In 2024, Purdy has played in 11 games, completing 65.7% of his passes for 2,707 yards, throwing 13 touchdowns against 8 interceptions. He's also added 4 rushing touchdowns and 271 yards on the ground. While these numbers show promise, the 49ers need to evaluate whether they can build a championship-caliber team around him, especially if they commit to a long-term deal. As a passionate 49ers fan, I can't help but feel a mix of hope and concern. On one hand, Purdy has shown he can lead this team, but on the other hand, the organization must ensure they're making the right financial decisions moving forward. The prospect of extending him raises questions about the salary cap and the potential impact on other key players who also need contracts. You have to wonder, is this the right path for the 49ers? Personally, I'm torn. I see the potential in Purdy, but I also know that the NFL is a business, and sometimes tough decisions must be made. The question of whether Purdy is the quarterback who can take us back to the promised land remains open. And let's not forget, the 49ers have a history of making bold moves. They've been aggressive in the past, and that's what makes being a fan of this team so thrilling. Do we trust the front office to make the right call here? I want to hear from you all. What do you think about the possibility of extending Brock Purdy? Is this the best decision for the 49ers moving forward? I genuinely want to know your thoughts and feelings about this situation. So, drop your opinions in the comments below. As we look ahead, the future of the 49ers hinges on these decisions. If they get this right, we could be looking at a competitive team for years to come. If not, we may find ourselves back at square one, searching for the next franchise quarterback. As we dive into the 2024 season for our San Francisco 49ers, it's easy to get bogged down by the negatives. Trust me, I feel your frustration. A 5-7 record, injuries piling up, and that constant battle against the Seattle Seahawks for the top spot. It's tough to watch. But let's take a moment to focus on some of the silver linings that are emerging from this tumultuous season. First off, let's talk about the rookies. It's been refreshing to see some of them step up and make an impact. Renardo Green in the secondary? He's shown flashes of brilliance and has the potential to be a cornerstone for our defense moving forward. That's something to get excited about. And then there's Jordan Mason. We know he has the talent to carry the load behind Christian McCaffrey. And with the injuries to both McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell, he's going to get his chance to shine. I genuinely believe he can be a game changer if given the opportunity. Now, speaking of opportunities, how about Isaac Guerrero? This kid is in a prime position to develop through these final games of his rookie season. With Mitchell and Mason both potentially out the door after this year, Guerrero has the chance to prove himself as a capable back. The experience he's gaining right now could pay huge dividends in 2025. It's like a trial run for him. And let's face it, we need to see what he can do when the lights are on. And let's not forget about Ben Barch and Dominic Purdy on the offensive line. Barch's performance against the Buffalo Bills was a pleasant surprise, and Purdy has been a revelation with his ability to protect the quarterback, not allowing a single hit so far this season. That's a significant improvement for a line that desperately needed some stability. If we can keep building on this offensive line, it could change the entire dynamic of our offense. Now, I want to be real with you. While all these positives are emerging, it's hard to ignore the overarching disappointment of the season. You have to wonder, was this the best approach? I mean, I'm divided here. On one hand, we're seeing some exciting young talent emerge, but on the other hand, it feels like we're just treading water. Are we really in a position to compete next year? Or are we just delaying the inevitable? Let's be honest, what happens next is critical. The decisions the front office makes regarding contracts for Mitchell and Mason will shape our backfield for years to come. If Guerrero can show that he's the future, it opens up so many possibilities. Could we see a three-headed monster with McCaffrey, Mason, and Guerrero? That's a tantalizing thought. As we look ahead to the final stretch of the season, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What positives do you see? How do you feel about the direction of this team? Are you optimistic about the young talent stepping up? I want to know what's on your mind. Share your expectations and frustrations in the comments below. This is a pivotal moment for our beloved 49ers, and we need to keep the conversation going. So, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure to hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of the latest updates. Let's keep our spirits high and rally around this team as we push through the rest of the season. I'm rooting for us, and I know you are too.